Hey YouTube land, today we're doing a 2015 Ford Explorer with front brakes. It's the girlfriend's. She's got fancy aftermarket rims on here. If you do, make sure you have whatever special lug key to open it. Brake loosen the lugs just enough before you jack the car up. Use your jack and don't use it as your stand. Use jack stands for the stands. Try to do each side one at a time so that you know what you're doing, and if you get confused you can look at the other one. Also, before you start, make sure you check the back tires and put your parking brake on. There's Kenny, he's helping out today.
How's it going?
Hi. Just in case you're not using the original equipment with the car, it is a 19mm socket for the lugs. You can see I have this side off, and then it's a 17mm socket for this fella right here. I used a little bit PB Blaster, it's a good penetrant, to loosen that up. It was very tight. And then just a short socket on there. Oh, he's got the sockets over there. Loosen this guy up. You can turn the wheels, you can see as Kenny did, to make that easier for you. And you can step on it, whatever you need to break that loose, and then once it's loose, it should be nice and easy. With a 17mm socket, I have seen that the shorter socket's a little easier than the big one because there's not much meat on this bolt here. You'll remove this guy, put it somewhere safe, and the top one so we can pull this fella out and get those pads out. So, I don't know why, but I had to get channel locks to compress these calipers a little bit for the assembly to be removed from the rotors. I'm not sure if that's typical or not, but channel locks, just get in there, and I just squeeze it just enough. I don't want to damage anything by doing it half-assed, but I did it just enough. And then of course be mindful, as always, of our brake lines. Don't kink it or stress that out at any time, or your quick $40 repair of doing your brakes will end up costing you a whole lot more time and money. So now that there's some play in it, we can just remove it. And again, be careful of that brake line. You just set it to the side or on top to where it's not gonna bend or kink or stress that out. You can see Ford was nice enough to put a little, please don't bend right here, extra rubber on there. These brake pads are awesome. They just slide right out. You'll see the little guides, the little channels. Of course, they slid right out the first time. Of course, one hand, it's not as easy. See, these were very thin. Especially versus the new ones. You can see the wearable part. Of course, it's not going to focus on it that good, is it? Oh well. But a very thin amount of meat on there versus this beautiful cut of meat we have on the new ones. Same with the back. Slide it out. Let's make sure they come straight out. Shouldn't give you any grief. And just as the new pads didn't come with any additional paperclip things or brackets or plates, looks like everything's all together on these pads, just as the new ones will be, with all the appropriate plates. And it seems like most of the clips are still on this assembly, so again, just do a kind of a reality check. That's obviously not the same. Not the same. Oh gosh. Anyways. So as you can see here, these both show that they're for 2015 front, and these have very different notches in them. Apparently, sorry, my hand's shaking a little bit. Girlfriend has heavy duty brakes, apparently. And here's the new ones. With very much different notches. And these aren't going to fit at all. So, now we get to go exchange these at our wonderful O'Reilly place. I don't know how you would tell if it had heavy-duty brakes or not, but if I knew this going into it, I probably would have got both sets of brake pads and just returned the other one instead of being in the situation now where she's getting her nails done with Zoe, my usual helper, and I'm stuck in my driveway until they return from their pedicure girl day. So, anyways, to be continued. Alright, so I finally got the right pads from O'Reilly. Day late, they had to transfer them. And what it is, I just took the plate off. I put a little bit of, let me show you here. Those metal plates on the brake pads, they just click on and off. I'm just using a little bit of disc brake quiet. It's really just silicone and prevents any metal on metal rattling. And then I'm going to use my dad's favorite stuff, some anti-seize. Actually, I think he loves silicone the best for everything. As well as on the threads of the caliper bolts. And just reassemble the same way you installed it. And then everything just goes back the same way. Make sure you use some channel locks to compress the piston. You can do that right through, you can see that okay, right through those little access holes right there. Be sure not to damage the piston themselves or any of the rubber. And you can actually use the old brake pads to distribute the force across the piston. So I'll see you soon.